Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today. Missing 11-year-old boy Jayden Lee Meek found dead in corridor, undressed and assaulted to death. In the heart of Fleurhof, a suburb near Florida on the West Rand, Johannesburg, a chilling discovery has shaken the community to its core. On the morning of the 14th of May 2025, the lifeless body of 11-year-old Jayden Lee Meek was found in the corridor of his residential complex, Swaz's Place. The young boy was undressed and showed signs of a brutal assault, leaving investigators and residents grappling with a horrifying reality. Jayden Lee Meek was last seen on the afternoon of the 13th of May 2025, when his school transport dropped him off at the entrance of Swaz's Place. But unlike any other day, Jayden never made it home. As the hours passed, his mother, working remotely from their apartment, grew increasingly worried. Her calls to Jayden went unanswered, and a sense of dread began to creep in. As darkness fell, the community of Swaz's Place mobilized, launching a frantic search for the missing boy. Neighbors, friends, and family members scoured the complex, their voices echoing through the corridors as they called out Jayden's name. But their efforts were in vain. Jayden Lee Meek had seemingly vanished without a trace. According to police reports, the search continued late into the night, with community members and law enforcement officers combing every corner of the complex. But despite their best efforts, Jayden remained missing. It wasn't until the early hours of the 14th of May 2025 that a resident stumbled upon a gruesome scene in one of the complex's corridors. There, lying on the cold floor, was the body of Jayden Lee Meek. He was undressed, wearing only his underpants, and his body bore the marks of a violent assault. A wave of shock and horror swept through the community as news of the discovery spread. The boy they had been so desperately searching for had been found, but not in the way anyone had hoped. The discovery of Jayden's body has raised a multitude of questions, with investigators and residents alike struggling to piece together the events that led to his tragic death. How did Jayden end up in the corridor, undressed and assaulted? Who was responsible for this heinous crime? And why? Adding to the mystery is the fact that Jayden's school uniform and backpack were nowhere to be found. Had he been robbed? Or was there a more sinister motive at play? As police launched a full-scale investigation, the community of Fleurhof has been left reeling in shock and grief. Jayden Lee Meek was described as a bright and joyful child, a promising student who excelled in his studies and brought joy to those around him. His sudden and violent death has left a void in the hearts of his family, friends, and teachers. Katseko Mologwane, Jayden's class teacher at Royal College in Florida, visited Swazi complex after the tragedy. She described Jayden as a joyful bright spark who contributed to the overall pleasant environment in class. Mologwane expressed her devastation, stating that the school was heartbroken by the loss. She recalled that Jayden had arrived late into the first quarter of the academic year, as the school was preparing for the end of the term tests. Mologwane had been concerned that he would struggle to adapt to his new environment. However, with his positive attitude and bright mind, he surprised his teachers and classmates. He not only caught up with his peers but also excelled, earning a place in the top 3 and winning an award at the end of the term. Mologwane emphasized the shock of such an event occurring within a gated community, calling on the police to thoroughly investigate and bring justice to Jayden Lee. She noted that Jayden was not only academically gifted but also a joy to teach, making the teacher's day easy with his positive attitude and bright mind. The Gauteng police have opened an inquest docket and are treating the case as a high priority. According to Gauteng police spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Mavela Masondo, a team of seasoned detectives has been established to investigate the circumstances surrounding Jayden's disappearance and death.
Around about 3:30, he was dropped off by the scholar transport driver as usual. And the mother was inside. Obviously, the mother was expecting the child to come inside the flat. So, but later, after an hour or so, she realized that no, the child is not coming to the flat because she's working from home apparently. then she started to panic to find out where is the child. One of the residents, as she was moving out of the flat around about 6:25, she then saw the child lying not far from the flat where the child is staying. She called the security guard that was on duty here, and they then called the mother who was not at home at the moment, and they came and they took the child to hospital, and at hospital on arrival he was certified dead.
Police are appealing to anyone with information about the case to come forward and assist with the investigation. They are particularly interested in speaking to anyone who may have seen Jayden Lee Meek on the afternoon of the 13th of May 2025, or who may have noticed anything suspicious in or around Swaz's Place complex. The community of Fleurhof is demanding answers, and they are determined to see justice served for Jayden Lee Meek. Residents have expressed anger and frustration over the lack of security in the complex and are calling for increased measures to protect the safety of children. Some residents have even taken matters into their own hands, conducting their own searches of the complex in an effort to find Jayden's missing belongings and uncover any clues that may help solve the case. Mpho Morare, a visibly upset resident, said she received a call when Jayden went missing, as his mother was at home, working remotely. She stated that the security guard saw Jayden when his transport dropped him off, leading to suspicions of abduction within the residential complex. Morare expressed frustration that the police initially refused to search each unit without a warrant. The community's anger is palpable, with residents conducting forceful door-to-door searches of apartments, desperately seeking Jayden's missing school uniform and books. The police, after the discovery of the body, were seen scouring the apartment complex for clues, with police dogs sniffing around the scene. The family of Jayden Lee Meek has vowed to uncover the truth behind his death. Speaking to Eyewitness News, family members expressed confusion and disbelief, questioning how Jayden could have been missed during the initial search. They find it incomprehensible that a child could be found on the stairs in the early hours of the morning, naked and brutally beaten, and that anyone could assume he was simply sleeping. Jayden's uncle expressed the family's deep confusion and disbelief regarding the circumstances of his death. He said as a family, they find it incomprehensible that Jayden could have been missed during the initial search and that a child could be found in such a state, naked, injured, and dead, without raising immediate alarm. They are determined to uncover the truth behind what happened to Jayden. The Florida Community Policing Forum has expressed its condolences to the Meek family, stating that it is working closely with the Florida police to ensure a thorough investigation. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.